What's up, big soccer heads? I'm Eric Krakauer, and this is Transfer Wire, the show that uses stocks to determine the likelihood of a transfer materializing. And I know what you're thinking. How can anyone discuss football transfers when the world has essentially been jolted into paralysis by the coronavirus? It's a sentiment shared by most, and trust me on this. After all, I am recording this from my mini man cave at home and not from beIN Sports Studios. But the reality is that football is a business, with transfers playing a pivotal role in a club's financial health. And with FIFA announcing an indefinite expansion to the current campaign and a subsequent adjustment to the transfer window, clubs can begin to make personnel decisions. That means the transfer mill is back to churning plenty of gossip to go around. Of course, at the center of it all is Barcelona's chaotic boardroom, where ambitions are high, but the ability to get a deal done remains very much in question. That's why the stock is down on Barca pulling off a major transfer coup at the end of the current season, whenever that is. There's continued speculation that the Catalans are planning to make a move for both Lautaro Martinez and Neymar. The club has identified the Inter target man as Luis Suarez's successor, and according to reports, the 22-year-old is keen on linking up with fellow Argentine Leo Messi, despite interest from other clubs. Martinez has also recently rejected a contract extension offer from Inter, further fueling speculation that a move to Barcelona is indeed imminent. However, Martinez is under contract until 2023, and there is the small matter of the $120 million release clause that Barcelona would have to activate before its July 15th expiration. Now, given that Barcelona's players have taken a 70% wage cut to keep the club afloat, it's difficult to envision President Josep Maria Bartomeu attempting to justify such an extravagant outlay. The same holds true insofar Neymar is concerned. PSG haven't closed the door on the Brazilian's potential departure, but the Blaugrana would have to fork over $170 million in order for that to happen. Now, there has been talk of using Antoine Griezmann as a make-weight in a potential deal, but there would still be a disparity of about $50 million, which could be resolved by including another player in the trade. Which brings us to a soaring Barcelona departure stock. After being somewhat insultingly offered to any club that could afford him, it does appear that even Rakitic's time at the Camp Nou is finally coming to an end, with the Croatian World Cup finalist not in Quique Setien's plans for next season. The 32-year-old has plenty of suitors, but Rakitic has made it known that he wishes to remain in Spain. That leaves Atletico Madrid and Sevilla as the most likely destinations. The Colchoneros are reportedly ready to put in a $20 million bid for Rakitic, whose arrival would mitigate Saúl's much talk about exit from the Metropolitano. However, it is no secret that Rakitic's preference is to return to Sevilla, where he spent the better part of 4 years, won a Europa League, and more importantly is the city where his wife is from. Sticking with Barcelona, stock is down when it comes to Coutinho remaining with the Catalans for the upcoming season. Barca were disappointed that Bayern Munich declined to purchase the Brazilian outright after a reasonably positive stint in Bavaria. But the good news is that there is a market for the Copa America winner. Chelsea have been aggressive pursuers, but there seems to be disagreement about Coutinho's market value, and the London club reluctant to splash the $100 million being asked in return for his services. A loan deal has been broached, but that would hardly solve Barcelona's cash problems if you're to believe reports. Another potential shopper is Leicester City, who are increasingly becoming big Premier League players. Leicester certainly don't have the Chelsea appeal, but Coutinho played some of his best football under Brendan Rodgers at Liverpool, and King Power Stadium would welcome the Brazilian with open arms. Stock is up on James Rodriguez moving to the Premier League. Former Colombian national team legend Carlos Valderrama has stated that his compatriot should run away from Madrid, and that's exactly what looks to be happening with James eyeing a move to England. Arsenal, Everton, Wolves, and even Manchester United have all expressed interest in the 2014 World Cup Gold Boot winner, with every one of those clubs able to meet the Colombian's wage demands. At Everton, James could be reunited with Carlo Ancelotti, whom he played for at Real Madrid. That move could be boosted by the Toffees' apparent interest in Gareth Bale as well. Finally, stock is way down on Cristiano Ronaldo's return to the Bernabeu. With Juventus needing to shed some of its inflated wage bill, rumors had begun to circulate about CR7 heading back to Real Madrid to plug up the scoring hole left by his unceremonious departure. However, even at a reduced 60 million price tag, Ronaldo is 35 and in the twilight of his career, and according to sources, very much a part of the club's history and not of its future. Make sure to stay on top of all the latest transfer news by logging on to beInSports.com and tune in to beIN Sports for new shows, specials, great football documentaries, and classic matches.